More than 800 years ago, a child was born on the endless grasslands of Mongolia. No one could have imagined that this young boy would one day build the largest contiguous land empire in human history. His name was Temujin. The world would later know him as Genghis Khan. His empire would stretch from the Pacific Ocean to Eastern Europe. It would conquer kingdoms, destroy mighty cities, transform global trade, and forever change the course of history. But Genghis Khan was not born into power. His early life was filled with hardship. When Temujin was only 9 years old, his father was poisoned by a rival tribe while returning from a diplomatic journey. Without their leader, Temujin's family was abandoned by their own clan. Almost overnight, they lost everything. No army, no wealth, no protection. His family survived by hunting wild animals, catching fish, and gathering roots across the harsh Mongolian steppe. Winter brought freezing winds. Summer brought endless drought. Every day was a struggle to stay alive. Life on the Mongolian steppe was unlike anywhere else on Earth. There were no great cities, no massive castles, no fertile farmland, only endless grasslands stretching to the horizon. Nomadic tribes traveled with horses, sheep, goats, and cattle, constantly searching for fresh grazing land. Every child learned to ride a horse almost as soon as they could walk. Archery was a way of life. Survival depended on strength, speed, and loyalty. The tribes often fought each other over land, livestock, and honor. Alliances changed constantly. Friendships rarely lasted. Betrayal was common. Temujin grew up surrounded by violence. He learned that trust had to be earned, leadership had to be proven, and weakness could be fatal. As he became older, he slowly gathered loyal followers. Unlike many tribal chiefs, Temujin rewarded people for their ability rather than their family name. A skilled warrior could rise through the ranks regardless of where he was born. This was a revolutionary idea. One by one, smaller tribes joined his cause. Some came willingly, others were defeated in battle. Over many years, Temujin united the scattered Mongol tribes under a single banner. In 1206, tribal leaders gathered beside the Onan River for a historic assembly known as a Kurultai. There, Temujin received a new title, Genghis Khan. Although historians still debate its exact meaning, it is often translated as universal ruler or oceanic ruler. For the first time in history, the Mongol tribes stood united. But Genghis Khan's ambitions extended far beyond Mongolia. He believed the eternal blue sky had given him a divine mission to unite the world. To achieve this, he created one of the most disciplined military forces ever assembled. Every warrior carried multiple horses, allowing the army to travel extraordinary distances without slowing down. Mongol horse archers could fire deadly arrows while riding at full speed. They communicated with signal flags, drums, horns, and smoke. Strict discipline governed every campaign. Cowardice was punished. Loyalty was rewarded. Every soldier understood exactly where to move, when to attack, and when to retreat. Their greatest weapon was not brute strength. It was speed. Entire armies appeared where enemies least expected them. They crossed deserts, climbed mountains, rode through snowstorms, and covered distances that no other medieval army could match. Soon, the kingdoms surrounding Mongolia would discover that a new power had risen on the Asian steppe, and the world would never be the same. After uniting the Mongol tribes in 1206, Genghis Khan turned his attention beyond the endless grasslands of Mongolia. His goal was no longer survival. It was conquest. The first great target was northern China. At the time, powerful kingdoms protected their cities with massive walls, heavily armed soldiers, and centuries of military experience. Most rulers believed the nomadic horsemen from the steppe could never defeat them. They were wrong. The Mongols fought unlike any army the world had ever seen. They moved with incredible speed, striking before enemies had time to prepare. Horse archers surrounded opposing armies, raining arrows from every direction while staying just out of reach. One of their most famous tactics was the feigned retreat. The Mongols would pretend to flee the battlefield, luring enemy forces into pursuit. Then, at exactly the right moment, they would turn around, surround their exhausted opponents, and destroy them. It was a strategy that fooled armies again and again. As the empire expanded, Genghis Khan built one of history's greatest communication networks. Mounted messengers traveled between relay stations across thousands of miles, carrying military orders and important news with remarkable speed. This allowed commanders separated by vast distances to coordinate campaigns with astonishing efficiency. City after city surrendered. Those that resisted often faced devastating consequences. The Mongols believed fear itself could become a weapon. Stories of destroyed cities spread across Asia long before the army arrived, convincing many rulers to surrender without a fight. Within only a few decades, the Mongol Empire expanded across China, Central Asia, Persia, and deep into Eastern Europe. No empire in history had ever grown so quickly. By the time of Genghis Khan's death in 1227, his empire already stretched across millions of square miles, but the expansion did not stop. His sons and grandsons continued the conquests. Under their leadership, the Mongol Empire became the largest contiguous land empire in human history, stretching from the Pacific Ocean to the borders of Europe. Despite their reputation as fierce conquerors, the Mongols were more than warriors. They understood the importance of trade. They protected merchants traveling along the Silk Road. Caravans carrying silk, spices, gold, paper, porcelain, and precious goods crossed thousands of miles under Mongol protection. For many travelers, the roads became safer than they had been for generations. Ideas traveled alongside merchants. New technologies spread between East and West. Papermaking, gunpowder, printing, medicine, astronomy, and engineering knowledge reached new civilizations through these connections. The Mongol Empire helped create one of the greatest periods of cultural exchange in world history. Yet the empire was simply too vast for one family to control forever. Over time, it was divided into several powerful khanates. Each ruled different regions while gradually becoming more independent. Political rivalries increased. Unity slowly disappeared. Trade routes changed. New kingdoms emerged. By the late 1300s, much of the once mighty empire had fragmented into separate states. Although the Mongol Empire eventually disappeared, its influence never truly faded. It reshaped borders, connected continents, transformed global trade, and changed the course of history forever. From a young boy struggling to survive on the windswept Mongolian steppe to the ruler of the largest land empire the world has ever seen, the story of Genghis Khan remains one of history's most extraordinary journeys. It is a reminder that determination, leadership, and vision can reshape the world in ways few could ever imagine. If you enjoyed this journey through the rise of the Mongol Empire, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Lost Timelines, and turn on notifications for more epic history documentaries. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next journey through time.